Live tonight from Charlotte in North Carolina, the virtual dirt track at Charlotte plays host to another round of the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame Museum 305 Sprint Car Series, powered by Wicked Cushion Esports and powered by Tim's Dirt Track Simulators, and of course presented by Dirty Old Bastards. Good evening, race fans. Brett Wheeler in the booth with you for tonight's call, as we welcome you here to the dirt track at Charlotte. 305 sprint cars on tap, and once again another full lobby in the house. 5 heat races to come. We'll have a C main, a B main, we'll have our dash, and of course we'll have our 40 lap A main event. Of course, I want to welcome you all live to the Facebook and YouTube chat, and of course we're live tonight on the Dirty Old Bastards Facebook page as well, so if you haven't done so already, hit the like and follow button on our Facebook page as well as the Dirty Old Bastards. And just now, our latest follower, Randall Keaton. Thank you very much. You are our 9,800th follower. Now we're just 200 followers away from that, well, the magical goal of what is 10,000. And what, in all honesty, what was probably about 3 weeks ago, we're only sitting at around, I want to say, about the 6,500, 7,000 mark. So again, thank you all so very much for the continued support here on Ultimate Dirt TV, as we look to become the first iRacing broadcast company to reach the 10,000 follower mark on Facebook. And again, it's been an incredible journey over the past couple of years, about 2.5 years it's taken, but nonetheless, if we get there, we get there. Whenever we get there, it will be. Qualifying up in about 15 to 20 seconds time. And again, open setups here for the 305 Sprint Car Series around this big half a mile of a racetrack. Hopefully we don't see a track reset, but if we do, that'll come during the C main, or just before the C main, so that way the C main, B main cars will tear it up just a bit. The dash cars will go out there as well. And then of course we'll have hopefully a slick racetrack where we'll have a top and a bottom. Who knows, a slider line, we might have a mid-groove coming in here tonight. How do you get started in iRacing? Go to iRacing.com, get yourself a membership. Qualifying on the program right now. Let's take a look at some of the drivers on the racetrack. So, one of the first cars out there in the Doubles Up Sim Sports, Over the Wall Photography, Jessup Logistics, BS Air, Catch Fetch Apparel, car number 25, Richie Preston. Richie Preston in car number 25. Motorsport beat on the top of that wing as well. Again, we wait for the drivers to get their first lap in. They'll have 2 minutes to get 2 laps in. Richie Preston. First lap time for the number 25 machine. It's going to go quick time with a 14.838. Jason Shanebackler in the number 9 machine. We'll see what kind of time Jason can do. 20th quick with a 15.388. Howard Windle 30th quick. Dante Brown, the VR Skills. Vanderpool Racing number 19 J Machine. 25th, 26th quick. Jason Nygaard has laid down a pretty decent lap time. We're just trying to go through some other drivers on the racetrack. The Countryside Stove and Chimney. Travis Industries, car number 01 of Kyle Stoltz. Kyle Stoltz driving the 01 machine. Kevin Hanley, quick time with a 14.744. Stoltz with a 14.792. Alex Hanna in car number 97, the United Dirt Sim Series. 10th quick with a 14.817. Kyle Stoltz jumps to position number 2. Jeremy Isabel, good run over the past couple of weeks, but I think he's going to fall into the 33rd position right now. So we'll see what Jeremy Isabel can do. And again, we should have the 5 heat races on the program. That indeed we do. Kevin Hanley goes quick time here tonight. So the first of 5 heat races on the program for tonight. let's go trackside. Take a look at your Ultimate Dirt 3 starting grid for heat race number 1 here at the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame in the Museum. Tonight we are live from the virtual dirt track at Charlotte. Kevin Hanley in the 110, you're going to start on pole. Jason Nygaard for Team ABR in car number 22 will start position number 2. Tyler Henselman will start position number 3 to his outside. In car number 9, it'll be Jason Giblin out of position number 4. Position number 5, it's John Klimowicz, the 3rd, and Tyler Grafton going to line up out of position number 6. Joe Dowd lines up out of position number 7. Justin Williams will line up out of position number 8. Position number 9 is going to be John D. Goss with John King Jr. lining up out of position 10. And out of 11th, there's going to be John Chappell. 11 cars, heat race number 1. We do have some fan packs to give away tonight, courtesy of Tim Sims Dirt Track Simulators. First word that you've got to put in the chat, Corona. You'll have up until the main event to get that word in. So if you want a free fan pack, courtesy of Tim's Dirt Track Simulators, all you've got to do is type in Corona. And the winners are going to be, they will be announced on the Dirty Old Bastards Facebook page. There we go, heat number 1. Field set to bring us to the green flag. Kevin Hanley, Jason Nygaard, we are green. Nygaard already trying to go upstairs into turn number 1 and 2, but it's Hanley just through the middle, just above the slick, and again it's the top 4 to make it straight into the main event. Everybody else goes to the preliminary C and B main. Henselman now under pressure right now. Cars inside and outside. They're nearly 3 wide. Klimowicz in the 69 machine. Just trying to peek to the inside, but now he's going to fall in line right now as they go through turn number 3 and 4. 2 down and 6 to run here in the opening heat race of the night. We watch Tyler Grafton, the 62. Riding in that 4th and final transfer position. Tyler Henselman, the 21. Be able to stay in position number 5. He'll start on pole for the B main tonight. Oh, Jason Nygaard. I don't think Nygaard's out of fuel. So that's going to move everybody up in position except the race leader of Kevin Hanley. He's got a 1.1 second advantage over Jason Giblin in 2nd. Then you go back to Tyler Grafton. Tyler Henselman rounding up the top 4. John Klimowicz the 3rd. Back there in position number 5. Then you go back to Justin Williams, who sits 6th. Then a bit of a gap back to Goss, who rides in 7th. Dowd, King Jr., Chappell, and Nygaard. Your leader with 2 to run. Kevin Hanley out in front. You see a big distance between himself and Jason Giblin, who continues to ride in 2nd spot. Henselman now starting to come under fire from Klimowicz with just 1 to run this time by. Half a mile here at the virtual dirt track at Charlotte. Kevin Hanley into turn number 3. Out of turn number 4, he goes to the dash, as does Jason Giblin. He gets 2nd. 3rd is going to go to Tyler Grafton. Tyler Henselman home in 4th. Klimowicz the 3rd. Williams, Goss, Dowd, Jr., a King, and Chappell. It was King Jr. apparently. Apologies, in 9th. Heat 1 is complete. Still 4 more left to come here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Let's go trackside. Take a look right now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Starting on pole in car number 01, that'll be Kyle Stoltz to his outside. The 002, Bryce Bailey lines up out of position number 2. Aaron Schaefer, car number 77, will start position number 3. Ryan Smith in the 194 will start position number 4. Position 5, the Catfish, the 93, coming off a couple of podiums last week. It's Chris Roberts out of position 5. Garrett Adams going to line up out of position number 4. Joshua Indick will start position number 7. Position number 8 is going to be the 200 of Austin Stern. At a position number 9, it's Alan Samuel in car 73. Matthew Seymour will line up at a position 10 with Jason Shook lining up at a position number 11. Here in heat race number 2, the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum 305 Sprint Cars, powered by Wicked Cushion Esports and Tim's Dirt Track Simulators. Presented by the Dirty Old Bastards. Again, for your chance at a free fan pack courtesy of Tim's Dirt Track Simulators, all we've got to do is type in the word Corona. And the winners will have 2 fan packs tonight. The winners will be announced on the Dirty Old Bastards Facebook page. As we move forward to the 10,000 follower mark here on Facebook. Hey Matthew, how are you buddy? It was all well over in the US of A for you. Heat number 2. This is going to be a beauty. Stoltz, second quick. Bailey trying to get the jump and trying to predict on when he's going to go. And well, he stayed half a car length in front of him, and now it's going to be Stoltz to slide up in front of Bailey. Bailey looking to get a run now down the back straight over the side-by-side for 3rd and 4th. Smith and Schaefer. Schaefer has got it just momentarily. Slides up. Smith. He can't cross back underneath because Roberts was there peeking to the inside. And it's a good little 3. Now make that a 4-car battle as Joshua Indick right now. He's now going to make this a 4-car battle for the final 2 transfer positions. Stoltz and Bailey out in front. They lead the field. Roberts now down low, down into turn number 3 for Slide job. He's going to leave a lane open for Smith. In that 21 machine, Smith should be right up on top of the cushion. Side by side for your final transfer position. Roberts and Smith just in front of them as Aaron Schaefer. Stoltz holds on to a 3/10 of the advantage and a lead over Bryce Bailey. And there goes Roberts and Smith. Here comes Indick in that 714 machine. Roberts has fallen back to 6. He might need Jerry Vansicle back in the booth, but my, oh, look at there's contact between Smith and Indick there on the exit of turn number 2. Now what can Bailey do here in the final couple of laps? Heat race number 2, he's right on the cushion through turn number 1 and 2. Kyle Stoltz, the Countryside Stove, 0-1 machine, 1 lap left to run. 4 turns to go into the dash. Along with Bryce Bailey, Aaron Schaefer, and Ryan Smith looking for transfers in the main event. Straight into turn number 3 out of turn number 4. Stoltz victorious. Bailey 2nd, 3rd. Going to go to Schaefer 4th. We'll see Ryan Smith, those 4 drivers. They will make tonight's main event. Roberts, Indick, Stern, Adams, Seymour, Samuel, and Shook, the 11 cars. From 5th on back, they'll be sent through to the B mains. Again, type Corona in chat for your chance at a free fan pack courtesy of Tim Sims Dirt Track Simulators. Heat race number 3 rolling through the heats right now. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Starting on pole in the 156, it's Randy Shreves. Joe Isabel will start position number 2. Position number 3 will be 25 of Richie Preston. Brad Faria in car 84 lines up at a position number 4. Position 5 will be the 76 of Wally Reardon. Scott Paig will start position number 6. Jeremy Isabel lines up position 7. Brandon Igo will line up at a position number 8. Your final couple of rows, John Bragman starts position number 9 and starting position number 10, Andrew Hansen. Lining up at a position number 11, it's going to be Howard Windle in the 123 car. Adrian, if you message the Dirty Old Bastards Facebook page, send them a message and let them know you want to join, and they'll tell you exactly how to join. This is the A series, I believe. They run, I'm pretty sure they still run a B series. And again, you'll have to message Dirty Old Bastards on Facebook. go. Field is set here. Heat race number 3. 11 cars. No worries, John. 8 laps. Top 4. Top 2 to the dash. Top 4 to the main event. Everyone else through to the C and B main. They'll be stacked fields. Richie Preston up on the inside looking for the lead already, but not going to make that happen. Joe Isabel in second, but Randy Shree's going to power to the race lead. Will lead lap number 1. Oh, look out. There's some problems back there for Brandon Igo in the 45 machine. There's Preston trying to get the right rear on the cushion through turns 1. Falling line right now behind Brad Faria. There's a battle on Isabel and Reed, and they were side by side. They're still side by side. Jeremy Isabel, that is, in the number 3 machine. Joe Isabel rides in second. Here goes Preston. Slide job on Brad Faria down into turn number 3 and 4. Faria turns it back underneath him now. Faria going to put his own slider down into turn number 1 and 2. Where can Preston go with the return serve in this one? Bit like a bit of a tennis match at the moment. Both drivers trading sliders, doing some good crossovers. They cross back underneath now. Faria and Preston. There was nothing in there. Might have been a front push bar in between, the difference between the pair. Preston now gets a run. Preston's going to get to the top side. Faria once again trying to maybe put a slider on nobody. Leaves a lane open for Preston. 5 down, 3 to run here in heat race number 3. And here comes Jeremy Isabel right now. Isabel on the outside looking, and he goes down low, down into turn number 3 and 4. He goes right through the slick, and I'll tell you right now, that's not where you want to be in a 305 sprint car. Reardon now peeking back to the inside on Jeremy Isabel through turns 1 and 2. Reardon slide job into turn number 3. No, he stays mid-track, and Jeremy Isabel, the white flag is out. Final lap is upon us. There goes Reardon. He does throw the slider. Oh, look out. If I'm Brad Faria, I'm a little worried going down into turn number 3 and 4. Slide jump. Oh, look out. Oh, what a race. Shreves wins. Joe Isabel second. Richie Preston third. Brad Faria home in 4th, just by 0.5 of a second over Jeremy Isabel. Reardon, Page, Bragman, Hansen and Igo. Oh yeah, the 305 Sprint Cars turning it on here at the virtual dirt track at Charlotte for heat race number 3 for the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum 305 Sprint Car Series. Let's go trackside. Take a look at your ultimate dirt to be starting grid for the penultimate heat race of the night. And it looks to be the 59 of Trey Long to start on pole on the outside of the front row. It's going to be the 000, the buckshot, Billy Brickley out of position number 2. Position 3 lining up on the inside of the second row, Dustin Sargent. To his outside will be Dante Brown out of position number 4. Position number 5, it'll be the 093 of Nathan Stain. Jesse Vermillion will line up out of position number 6. Kenneth Payne will start position number 7. Shane Backler in position number 8. John Klimowicz Jr. lines up at a position number 9. Daniel Vaught at a position number 10. And Jeffrey Stewart did not grid there in position number 11. So just the 10 cars here in heat race number 4. The National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum 305 Sprint Cars. Yes, we are closing in on the 10,000 follower mark here on Facebook. And again, we thank you so very much for your support here throughout the year and throughout, of course, the past 2.5 years. Again, don't forget, free fan pack number 1. All you've got to do is type in Corona in the chats. Of course, a big thanks to our sponsors as well. Of course, a big thanks to Wicked Cushion, Wicked Energy Gum, World of Thunder Racing League, dirtfan.com, and iRacetraps. Check them out on all their social media pages, all their websites. Give them a like and a follow and support the people that support sim racing and, of course, the real racing side of things as well. Pace truck going to move to the infield. There it is, heat race number 4, the penultimate heat of the night. Again, the top 2 going to move into the dash. The dash will happen during the warm-up session. And then, of course, we'll have a 40-lap main event. As the green flag is out, heat number 4. And again, drivers scrapping all over the racetrack, trying to fight inside and outside. They go too wide right now. Look at the 19J. Dante Brown, 3 wide. Oh, look at contact. Brown around, upside down. We're about to go yellow. Let's take a look at your Wicked Cushion instant replay for the first time tonight and see exactly. We caught it live as Dante Brown involved in this one in the 19J. See how it happens here. See how it all unfolds. The 47 slides up. Brown was trying to cross underneath, thinking that he was going to slide up a little further. Vermilion with a, I want to say, a slide job, but I don't think he had him all that cleared by a lot. And then, of course, John Klimowicz Jr. there coming in the 34 machine. He was, unfortunately, involved in that one. So it's going to be Dante Brown, John Klimowicz Jr., both cars back on pit roads. Welcome back to live pictures here from the virtual dirt track at Charlotte. Again, there is your field lining up behind the Chevrolet RSE.com pace drive. Jonathan Weary, thank you very much for the 50 stars. Appreciate it. Full star donation not required, but if you've got some lying around, feel free to send them on over. But again, by all means, they are not required. Just you being here is more than enough support here on Ultimate Dirt TV. And again, don't forget to hit the like and follow button on our Facebook page if you haven't done so already. Share it out, start some watch parties. Do whatever you got to do to get some more people here watching the virtual side of things, virtual racing here on racing.com, giving us a great platform for these drivers to hone their skills. The pace truck is in. We're going green flag this time by. And of course, caution laps not counting, so we're going to have 8 green flag laps. It's 2 down, 6 to run as we go back underway. And again, it is Vermilion in the 47. He's now been hustled and bustled right now by Kenneth Payne in the 2. Kenneth Payne going to slide up and take away position number 6. Oh, look out. There's contact, 4th and 5th. Payne. He done well to avoid that one. And how about, who is that on the outside? Daniel Vaught in the 42. The old Ed Lynch. The Ed Lynch livery right now. The 2L. Vaught has got that car working on the top side. He cuts it back down through the middle of the racetrack, trying to get by Kenneth Payne. They drag race down into turn number 3 and 4. This is your battle for 5th and 6th. Oh, look out, nearly contact again. That was very close. Payne returns the favour down into turn number 1 and 2. The battle is on. Oh, I thought the battle might have been on for the race lead there. 2 laps left to run. The buckshot Billy Brickley, the double Ort machine. 1.5 to go for Brickley to get into the dash and make a top 10 starting position guaranteed in tonight's main event. The white flag is out. Trey Long, Dustin Sargent following closely in the tyre tracks of the double O machine. Into turns 3 and 4. Longer to stay down low. He slides up, slides to the middle, but no. Billy Brickley gets the win. Second will go to Trey Long. Third, going to be Dustin Sargent. Jason Shane back there in 4th. Kenneth Payne 5th. Vermilion 6th. Vaught 7th. Stain, Brown, Klimowicz Jr. And that was your top 10. Heat race number 4 complete. Then a final heat race of the night. The National Sprint Car Hall of Fame in Museum 305 Sprint Cars. Powered by Wicked Cushion Esports and Tim's Dirt Track Simulators. Let's go truckside. Take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for the final heat race of the night. Starting on pole, driving car number 20, Jonathan Lowe. To his outside, driving car number 97, Alex Hatter will start position number 2. Jeff Flero, the double O, will start position number 3. Position 4 going to be Matthew Westfall, lining up at a position number 5. The 56 of Wavy Davy, David Flick. Curtis Merriman in car 3 going to start position number 6. And I believe this will be Tim Nichols lining up at a position number 7. Position number 8 is going to be Ryan Nielsen. Anthony Malvuglio and Kenny Wentz to make up positions number 9 and 10. And again, for your free chance at a free fan pack courtesy of Tim's Dirt Track Simulators, don't forget, type in Corona in the Facebook chat or the YouTube chat. Driver's been given the 1 to green signal. The Chevrolet pace truck, the RAC.com pace truck, going to move to the infield. And Jonathan Lowe and Alex Hanna will lead us to the drop of the green flag. In fact, it'll be Jonathan Lowe once we get to the start point. And that start point is anywhere from now, I believe, once they get past Charlotte's sign, as we are green flag action off for turn number 4. The final heat race of the night already. Look at them, 2 and 3 deep and selling it cheap already. Couple of 3 wide battles through turn number 1 and 2. Flick up on the inside of the 26 machine. Nichols, they made contact. Back up towards the front of the field. 3rd, 4th and 5th battle on screen right now. Here comes a slide job. Westfall, but Flera around the outside in the orange and white 00 machine. Anna starting to come up and chew into the gap between himself and Jonathan Lowe through turn number 1 and 2. Flero upstairs, Westbrook back there in 4th. Merriman now, he's stuck up on the outside as David Flick goes up on the inside. They made contact, car around Matthew Westfall. And also, I believe that'll be Tim Nichols upside down involved in that one. Wicked cushion instant replay coming up on screen. Again, we caught that live as it happened. Wicked cushion instant replay. Matthew Westfall in the 54 machine. There was a little bit of contact there with David Flick. Unfortunately, he goes upside down. Tim Nichols upside down as well. And Anthony Marvuglia, no, that'll be Kenny Witz in the 019 machine. So 3 cars going upside down on that exchange. And well, that will freeze the lap counter at lap number 3, so 3 down, 5 to run when we go back to the green flag action. As we wait for the lights to turn off the iRacing.com pace truck. A reminder, type in Corona for your chance at a free fan pack courtesy of Tim Nichols from Tim's Dirt Track Simulators. Lights are out. Jonathan Lowe, Alex Hanna. The top 2, and again, the top 2 going to transfer into the dash. Let's get set. A handful of laps left to run here. Heat race number 5, green flag is out. The National Sprint Car Hall of Fame in Museum 305 Sprint Car Series presented by Dirty Old Bastards. We're back underway, and immediately we go on to the battle for the 3rd and 4th spot on the racetrack. Flero now trying to drive it down deep into turn number 3 and 4. Curtis Merriman now looking to the inside. Merriman, he goes for the slider in turns 1 and 2. Yes, but here goes David Flick. 3 wide down the back straight away. Oh boy, look out, 3 wide into turn 3 and 4. Slide job by Flick and Merriman. He falls back to position 5, make that 6 as Marvuglia trying to put a slider on him, and he does so. David Flick has made his way to position number 4, courtesy of a 3 wide battle. He got the better of Merriman. Merriman unfortunately fell back to position number 5, and Jeff Flera now with a lap and a half to run. He's got himself a transfer spot on lockdown at the moment. So does David Flick. And you've got to wonder, do they play it safe or do they try and get the position? Because each position right now is the pretty much 3 rows in tonight's main event, but into turn number 3 and 4, heat number 5 going to be concluded. Jonathan Lowe getting the win. 2nd at the line is going to be Alex Hanna. 3rd we'll see Jeff Flero, David Flick. Your top 4, Merriman, Marvuglio and Nielsen. You go back to Wentz, Nichols and Westfall. Those drivers in 8th, 9th and 10th. Well, we'll see those guys coming out for the C-Main. And again, C-Main going to be contested over 12 laps. And of course, the top 4 going to move on to tonight's main B-Main. Let's go trackside very quickly to take a look right now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for the C-Main. Starting on pole in car 27, that'll be Joe Dowd. Garrett Adams will line up out of position number 2. John Bragman starts position 3. Nathan Stain will start position 4. Kenny Wentz and John King Jr. will start position number 5 and 6. Matthew Seymour position 7. Andrew Hansen out of position 8. Position 9, Dante Brown. Matthew Westfall out of position 10. John Chappell and Alan Sabell will start positions 11 and 12. Brandon Igo, position 13th. John Klimowicz Jr., position 14th. Tim Nichols out of position 15th. Jason Nygaard, position 16. Jason Shook, Howard Windle, and Jeffrey Stewart, the 19 cars in C-Main competition. Pole sitter Joe Dowd didn't grid, neither did Nygaard or Jason Shook. Don't understand why you come in and do qualifying and do 2 laps of a heat race and then not come back. If you're going to go spot for your teammate, just don't bother registering. Leave that spot for someone else that actually wants to race this series. So again, don't forget, type in Corona. And you'll be entered into the draw for fan pack number 1. Again, the winners will be announced on the Dirty Old Bastards Facebook page. And while we'll do it now, we'll give these people a lot of time. The fan pack number 2 is going to be Virus. So if you type in Corona and Virus, you're going to be entered into fan pack giveaway number 1 and 2. Here we go. John Bragman going to start on pole now, courtesy of Joe Dowd not gridding. Green flag is out. We're underway. Oh, a little bit of a scrappy start from the second and third row. There's contact down into turns number 1 and 2. Car into the wall. Oh, look out. Look out. Car upside down. Yellow about to come out onto the racetrack. The 54 of Matthew Westfall. Well, he's not had a happy couple of moments here. And Tim Nichols as well, driving back into pit road. So NowRacing.com pace truck going to come back out onto the racetrack. And we're going to set these drivers off for 3 laps around here. And of course, these caution laps not counting. So again, the second fan pack of the night, which we're going to type in, is Virus. Winners will be announced on the Dirty Old Bastards Facebook page. If you're messaging us on how to race, message Dirty Old Bastards on Facebook. We are just the broadcasters. I don't know why Westfall is still upside down. Chris, what did we race? I honestly can't remember. Friday. 360s at the Grove? Is that the one you're talking about? Was it an official race? In all honesty, Chris, I can't remember what I raced between doing this and broadcasting. Yeah, okay, yep, sweet, no worries, yep. Thank you. Green flag back out. 11 still remain. And the top 4 transferring. Wentz and Stain holding on to positions 3 and 4. Seymour down low. Your leader, Bragman, by nearly half a straightaway over Garrett Adams. Sitting in second now. Of course, the time of the scoring is messed up. It's showing that everybody is 3 laps out. We can confirm that is not the case. Staying back there in 4th, there's contact. Hansen and I believe it was Seymour. They had a bit of contact on the exit of turn number 2, and now comes Brandon Igo in the 45 machine. Igo will need to pass 3 more cars here in the next 8, and it'll make that 7.5 laps in the 45 machine to make the B main alone. Even from then, it's going to be a difficult task of trying to get to the front. Oh, look out, the two of Andrew Hansen tagged the back of Seymour. Seymour manages to keep the car nice and straight. He saved it. Igo trying to work down low. Right now, it is your top four really strung out across this field. The closest cars on the screen with a good battle is Seymour and Hansen. Hansen put the big dive bomb into turn 1 and 2 on Seymour. Trying to get more out of this race car. The 305 Sprint Car Series. Igo trying to rail the cushion through turns 1 and 2. Hansen getting a run now. Will get to the slick, get to the cushion. Tags the back of Seymour once again. Here it is, slide job into 1 and 2. Hansen, this time Seymour turns it back underneath. They keep banging wheels. And if they keep doing that, well, in comes right now Brandon Igo and Alan Samel. And they have caught the 4th place driver, Kenny Wins. Oh, look out, Hansen. Oh, no, Hansen around. He gets it back going again, but we go yellow. And we are now a green-white checker away from C-Main competition, wrapping up here at the dirt track at Charlotte. We're just going to be right back here in the booth. We've got some things to take care of outside. Security knocking on our door. Alright, security just giving us a note here that we've got a Nissan that needs to be moved from the parking lot. Thank you. It's a blue Nissan. I'll get the rego plate for you here in just a second. No, I'm just kidding. Anyhow, two to go. Green, white checker. Bragman, Adams, Stain, and Wentz, the top 4. Oh, look out. Now, Brandon Igo. Wentz did not go, and Brandon Igo, he went, alright, fine, I'll go then. Samel in the 73 on the outside now. With a lap to run this time by. The top 4 look to be locked into the back of the B main tonight. They've just got 4 more turns to go. Into turn number 3, out of turn number 4. John Bragman going to go and pick up the win here in C-Main competition. Garrett Adams going to come home second. Nathan Stain third. Brandon Igo home in position number 4. And that is your top 4 that is going to advance to tonight's B main. So this track is slick right now. Very tough to run the bottom side as the cushion still very dominant up on the top side of the racetrack. You need to make sure you got your car set up for them. We'll have 19 cars in B main competition. Again, the top 4 are going to go on to the back of tonight's main event. Everybody else going to pack it up and go home. Let's go trackside. Take a look right now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for B main. This is the only B main. 12 laps, top 4 going to go into the back of tonight's 40-lap main event. John Klimwick's the third, and Chris Roberts will start on the front row. Jeremy Isabel, Kenneth Payne will make up row number 2. Row 3, Curtis Merriman and Justin Williams, Joshua Indick and Wally Redden in row 4. Row 5, Jesse Vermillion and Anthony Malvuglio. Row 6 going to be Jonty Goss and Austin Stern. Then we go back to Scott Page and Daniel Vaught in row 7, Ryan Nielsen, John Bragman, row 8, row 9, Garrett Adams, Nathan Stain, Brandon Igo at the back in position number 19, row number 10 by himself. again, we've got a blue Nissan that needs to be moved ASAP, please. If you are parked in the emergency bay, you have 5 minutes to go and get that car parked elsewhere, otherwise it will be towed. Again, fan pack 1 and 2. Fan pack 1, Corona. Fan pack 2, Virus, courtesy of Tim Sims and Tim's Dirt Track Simulators, Tim Nichols. So thank you very much for putting those fan packs on once again. As we are green flag here in tonight's B main, 12 laps. The distance is already contact Merriman, going to get spun around. We are about to go yellow. Everybody missing the number 3 machine. It's just slid up and got tagged from behind, so Curtis Merriman gonna have a tough time for in this one, coming back from position number 19. Alright, lights are back out on the racing.com page truck. It moves to the infield. We are set for green flag competition once again here at the virtual dirt track at Charlotte. John Klimowick's the third. Green flag is out. He's your race leader. Chris Roberts rides in second. Isabel in third, and Kenneth Payne going to hold on to the fourth and final transfer spot. They were 2 and 3 deep through turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Williams with a slide job for position number 4. Payne back around the outside. How about Reardon and Indick now? Oh no, Williams! Indick moves into position 4, but the yellow flag flies. Woo boy, it is heating up in the kitchen. So on the tops, well, basically from 4th, 5th, 6th, and even 7th, man, they were trying to throw some big haymakers. This topside right now is certainly the place to be. So again, with caution laps not counting here, and of course the do not count caution laps. Every time there's a caution, the lap counter will freeze, and this will allow us to run all 12 laps under the green flag conditions. Green flag is back out. 3 down, 9 to run. Again, the free fan packs, 2 fan packs courtesy of Tim Sims, Corona and Virus. Type them in the chat. There's a good slider there by Jeremy Isabel Roberts now. Well, he's going to catfish on the bottom side of the racetrack. Uh-oh, look out. He's going to lose positions 2, 3, 4. And he's going to go back to position number 5 because there goes Wally Random. And he may just get lucky and get that spot back. But we're only getting a lap and a half in every time. And then the caution flag is going to come out. Jonathan, I highly doubt it, buddy. Yeah, well, I mean, hey, can't hurt asking, eh? But you never know what happens. Send him a message. But again, the answer is highly unlikely as a no. Jonathan, don't forget to hit the like and follow button on our Facebook page. Keep up to date with all the sim racing action we've got going on. We've got some big news to release here in the coming days regarding some sprint car racing. We go back to green and Chris Roberts. He moves back to position 4. Uh-oh, big wreck down the back straightaway. That looks to be Joshua Indick in the 714 machine. We are yellow once again. Jonathan. Halfway home. 6 down, 6 to run. Bit of a long, drawn-out process here in tonight's B main. Of course, everybody vying for the top 4 positions. The National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum 305 Sprint Car Series. Powered by Wicked Cushion Esports and Tim's Dirt Track Simulators. Presented by Dirty Old Bastards. Back to the green flag. Again, we are halfway home. 6 down, 6 to run. Again, big Hail Mary slide job has been thrown here. In lap number 1 is now starting lap 7. We're about to complete lap 7. They're 3 wide for about 7th on back right now. Look at them already. Look at them down low trying to throw them. Oh, look at that one, nearly 4 wide, 3 wide down the back straightaway. How about John Bragman? Oh boy. The 17 is rolling and the checkered flag has been thrown. Well, time has run out. Klimwig's, Isabel, Robertson, Payne, I believe it was. The top four that are going to move on to tonight's main event. And now we are about to go dash racing. So bear with us for just a few moments. We are just awaiting our dash lineups. The redraw is going to happen right now. So while the dash redraw is happening, again, the two fan packs up for grabs. Courtesy of Tim's Dirt Track Simulators, all you need to do is type in Corona for fan pack number 1 to be entered into the giveaway. And fan pack number 2 keyword is a virus. So if you type in Corona, virus, single or both, doesn't really matter. You can be entered into the giveaway. And of course the winner will be announced on the Dirty Old Bastards Facebook page. Hello Ryan, hope you are safe. Your line of work over in WA. Got some big news coming up on the Australian sprint car side of things. If you can take a pick at what it is. Well, again, we just sorting out the nitty-gritty details, but more than likely going to be confirmed. But no official word just yet. Don't forget the World E-Series Sprint Cars starts off this Friday night. It'll be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It'll be 3 races. It looks like we have our dash cars on or coming out onto pit road right now. Jonathan Lowe and Billy Brickley. Let me go back to Bryce Bailey. Also looking at here, Joe Isabel, Kyle Stoltz. As then we watch no worries, Jonathan. Look, you do what you got to do. So the top 2 from the 5 heat races, it'll be 10 cars. It'll be a 6-lap dash. There'll be no yellows. Whatever happens, I guess. Race control, although we'll keep an eye on it. Hello, Patricia. Yeah, it's going all right. It's going all right so far. That B main was a bit of a drawn-out one, but nonetheless, we got there in the end. Of course, time restrictions coming out in that B main. It's not often ideal and not often that we see time restraints come to interject there with a few too many cautions. So Alex Hanna and Billy Brickley on the front row for tonight's dash. This will start up the first 10 positions in tonight's main event. Hanna and Brickley, there we go. Green flag is out. We are underway here in tonight's dash. And, well, Hanna going to try and keep it locked down to the bottom side of the racetrack. But Billy Brickley, and look at the run on the top side. From the 3 outside rows, they all just went powering by Alex Hanna. Lowe's trying to work it down to the bottom side of the racetrack. Bailey sitting in 3rd. Joe Isabel rides in 2nd. Billy Brickley, a race leader, slider line into turn number 3 and 4. That top side, well, it's good, but the slider line might just be a little bit better right now. As Brickley continues to lead, but here comes Isabel. Isabel with a run into turn number 3 on the top side. Brickley going to slide up, and there goes Force at the hand of Joe Isabel to make a run down to the inside. Slide job for the race lead. Contact. Bryce Bailey goes on by. Oh no, Brickley going to fall back to position number 10. Stoltz with a slide job on Hanley. The battle is on for the race lead. 3 down, 3 to run. Isabel and Bailey, sliders galore. Bailey will move up to the top of the racetrack. Does he leave a lane open for Isabel? It does not matter because Bailey is going to lead that one. Now rails the cushion through turn number 1 and 2. Down through the middle into turns 3. Sliding up to the cushion there on the exit of turn number 4. Hanley trying to work down
checkered
low.
flag.
There we go. Checkered flag is out. And we are done in that one. And as quick as you can say, peek-a-boo. That highline is too dominant right now here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Alright, so we're just going to have a 2-minute warm-up session. So right now we'll obviously take this opportunity right now to step aside here on Ultimate Dirt TV and come back in just a few moments' time. You are watching the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum 305 Sprint Car Series live from the virtual dirt track in Charlotte. We'll take a quick break and come back. Well, we are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV. It is time to get after it here for 40 laps around the virtual dirt track at Charlotte. The National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum 305 Sprint Car Series powered by Tim's Dirt Track Simulators and powered by Wicked Cushion Esports, and again presented by Dirty Old Bastards. This is your A main event coming up now. It'll be 40 laps in distance. My name is Brett Wheeler. Thank you for joining us here on this Wednesday evening. Tomorrow night, no 410 winged sprint cars. So we will have the Californian Lightning Sprints 360 Sprint Car Series. Still, after that one, at about, I think it's around either 11 or 12 Eastern or something like that. But again, we'll be live for that one. But no 410s tomorrow night. They're taking a week off. Of course, we can take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting group, but we can tell you the first 10 positions. They are going to be jumbled up just because of the dash redraw. There's drivers in the dash redraw, of course. Hanley Stoltz, Shreves Brickley, Jonathan Lowe, Isabel Giblin, Joe Isabel, Bryce Bailey, Trey Long, Alex Hanna. 11th on back is going to be correct. Grafton and Schaefer in row 6. Row 7, Preston and Sargent. Flero Henselman in row 8. Row 9, Smith and Faria. Shane Backley and Flick in row 10. Klimowicz the third and Jeremy Isabel in row 11. Kenneth Payne and Chris Roberts in row number 12. So the pace truck dives to the infield. Normally when we go green this time by, we are not going green just for the simple fact that race control might have to clear some black flags as the drivers are into their correct positions. We'll pace around for 2 laps and then we're going to set them loose for 40 laps around the dirt track at Charlotte. Green, yellow laps, caution laps, not counting. So it will freeze the order. And who is going to go to victory lane? Well, I guess we're about to find out. So we'll pace around one more time as the drivers and race control. Race control just letting these drivers radio tighten up. 1 to green. Lead away fire anytime when they reach the start zone. And normally when the pace truck is pulled off, but that pace truck is already off and we are set for 40 green flag laps around the virtual dirt track at Charlotte. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for one driver to go to victory lane here in the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum. Your A-main is underway. And Bryce Bailey got a good start from Joe Isabel down into 1 and 2. Hanna and Stoltz come together. Look out, Hanley. Shreves Low up on the inside. They all back out of it all, trying to go 2 and 3 wide through turn number 3 and 4. Look at them all over this racetrack. Top, bottom, middle, right through the slick. If you go right through the slick, it's definitely not ideal. And they are still 2 and 3 wide. Billy Brickley through the middle now. He's finally able to get to the top side of the racetrack, get up on the cushion. Have a look at Trey Long in the 59, the black and green. 59 working the low side, trying to make something happen. He sits in position number 9. Jonathan No will go through it here in just a second. Low, Stoltz now to the inside as he try and pull 2 for 1 to go. Oh, the double deuce right now with a double slide job. But Lowe and Hanna both get back to the inside. Lowe, he's staying down low this time by Joe Isabel. Coming after Bryce Bailey for the race lead, but the battle is on for 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th. There's 2 3-car battles. Shreves, Hanley, they go side by side with Jason Giblin up on the inside. 3 wide. Oh, look out. You've got some contact. They keep it going, but no, Billy Brickley upside down in the double aught machine. Oh no, there he is. And that will require the pace truck here to come out, the racing.com pace truck. Jonathan, we are live Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Wednesday morning. We're going to be live on Tuesday as well in the coming weeks. He's coming through on that, just getting some other stuff sorted out. But yes, we are live across Facebook and YouTube on Sunday. We normally have 4 races on a Sunday. We'll then have We'll have Tuesday, we'll have a race coming up in a couple of weeks' time. And we'll go Wednesday, of course, we'll run this show. Thursday, we'll have 2 shows. But the Monday, Friday and Saturday, we head over to Speed Shift TV, where we cover some of the action over there. 34 laps still to go, so getting 6 laps in the books here. So a 6-lap run. And again, don't forget to keep those likes and follows coming through on our Facebook page. Chris, thank you for the 50 stars. Appreciate it, brother. So, Bailey and Isabel. Jonathan, on a Sunday night, we have 4 shows in the one day. So, get up all on that one. Oh, Lowe moves up on Stoltz. Shrees now to the inside. Shrees to position 5. Again, this single file restart. Again, fighting all over the racetrack. Lowe and Shrees come together. Stoltz now. Oh, Shrees trying to put the power move back to the inside on Lowe, but Stoltz will take that line away. He will move into position 5. Stoltz through the middle again, trying to catch the cushion on the top side of the racetrack. Thought the bottom might have been good down on the exit of turn number 4. Especially down on turn 2 as well, but it's trying to get through the turns is where it's probably lacking the speed right now, and where that cushion really starts to take effect, because once these drivers get the right rear on the cushion here in a 305, it's all about trying to keep your momentum up and just trying to keep it locked down on the low side. Well, that is going to be a very, very difficult task in itself. .31 to go. Nine down, 31 to go here in this main event. As there goes, it's going to be Bryce Bailey. He got the whole shot, of course, being the race leader, as Stoltz now trying to the outside on Jonathan Lowe. That was a questionable start, but race control will obviously look at that one as long as the green flag was out. Look at Lowe down into on the exit of turn 4. How does he go and work it through turn number 1 and 2 right through the slick? But well, there was a mistake there from Hannah and Kyle Stoltz and Jonathan Lowe. Oh boy, Chris Roberts must be loving this one, because right now, there he is. You see him coming into screen 24th up to position number 11. The 93, the Catfish, has got it good on the low side. Lowe missed it just there through turn number 1 and 2. He's going to stay down low again in turns 3 and 4, holding off the likes of Alex Hanna and Randy Shrees. Oh, Lowe again, just missing it. He's going to lose a spot back to Hannah. Well, thank you, Jonathan. This is a good race for 4th and 5th on the racetrack. Meanwhile, battle is on for the race lead. Joe Isabel and Bryce Bailey out in front. There's a car length between the pair. We'll try and go back to the battle between Hannah and Lowe as that continues to trade battle right now. Top and the bottom side. Oh no, Shreves pressed it around. Oh, Randy Shreves upside down. Flair involved. Schaefer involved. And Roberts right now is going, you little ripper. I'm happy because I'm catfishing on the bottom. And he is picked up. He started position 24. And he is well inside the top 10 right now. My oh my. Alright, so we have 25 to go. 15 completed. We are back underway. How far can Roberts make it up from position number 24? Already look at him down on the low side. You see the number 93 machine. Here he comes potentially after a top 5. He's on screen right now, the 93. He's good down low. And this bottom side may just be able to come back in. And you can see Roberts, he's been able to make it work down there. Top 3 on screen right now. Bryce Bailey, Joe Isabel, and Kyle Stoltz. Then you go back to Jonathan Lowe and Chris Roberts at the start-finish line at position 5. Roberts says to Lowe, hey, get out of the way, mate. I'm hustling and bustling through the field. Preston back around the outside on Roberts now. Roberts Lowe still working down to the bottom side of the racetrack. Oh, Roberts up on the inside, nearly 3 wide. Preston, all sorts of issues down into turn number 1 and 2. Oh, car into the wall. And car around Tyler Hanselman going to stop. And he will bring the 21 to a stop. He'll get that car fired again, but the yellow flag flies with 21 to go. And boy, oh boy, if I'm the top 3, I've just seen Chris Roberts make it from 24th up to position number 4. These drivers are going to have to be pinpoint on the top side. I think the top is still quicker by about a 10th, although with these drivers battling the way they are, one simple little mistake and that 10th of a second, it will disappear. And, well, what could be for the 3rd broadcast or the 2nd week in a row. Chris Roberts last week was able to pick up a podium at the Limelay Motorsports Park. Picked up a podium in the 410s last week at the Volusia. And of course, both those times we had Jerry Vansicle, J-Van, the announcer from Boone and Marshalltown, joining us in the booth. But of course now, Jerry not here tonight. Of course, got some duties over at Speed Shift TV to look after first. Right, still on the pace track this time by. Yeah, Western. Yeah, last night was frustrating. I had someone brake check me in the middle of the turn, so it is what it is. And my car was bent after that one. I was just trying to hang on. I was actually trying a whole new setup to what the other guys were on Black Diamond. I was actually trying to run another track, another set, just to see if it'll work, and turns out it does not. So anyhow, green flag back out. Bailey and Joe Isabel on the top side. It was Stoltz right through the middle of turns 1 and 2. He gets upstairs, and there is the 93 of Roberts. The bottom side might be starting to go away just a little bit there on the exit of turn number 4, but Roberts continues to work low, riding the brake down through turn number 1 and 2. He is up to P3. What about this interview if he was able to get the win? Lap times at the moment, well, I gotta say he's a little bit quicker right now. He just needs to continue hitting the bottom side of the racetrack. Yellow is out with 18 to run. Lernerville is my favourite track, but would you believe that I have probably only raced a sprint car on there about 5 times since it's been released? I don't know why, I guess I haven't put the laps in. I'm used to running late models and street stocks on there. I run legend cars, I run midgets. I've had probably once or twice on the UMP modified side of things. But yeah, sprint cars probably I've turned the least. I don't know why, I consider it's my favourite track to race at. Don't forget, closing in on 10,000 followers here on Facebook on Ultimate Dirt TV. About 168 away to be really exactly. To be very precise. $18 to go. We are back underway in tonight's main event, and Roberts again up on the inside. He looks for second. But Bryce Bailey now going to go downstairs, going to ride the slick. Stoltz getting a run back on the top side. Here we go. The battle is going to be on. For the number 1 spot, the top throw. You can throw Grandma's Quilt over him. Roberts up on the inside for the race lead. Oh my, Stoltz tagged the back of the 93. Bailey pulls the wing in the trunk and he sets it up on the top side of the racetrack. Shuts the door going down into turn number 3 out of turn 4. He rides the middle of the racetrack. Oh my, a 3-car battle for the race lead. Oh boy, yellow is out with 15 to run. And who will have the race lead? Wow, oh wow. Chris Roberts, 24th. Potentially in the lead, or worst case scenario, will be back in 3rd. Bryce Bailey, he is going to have it. But it'll be Bailey, Roberts, and Isabel. On board right now, the race leader. Oh, Bryce Bailey looking out the back of their fuel cell and looking out of the rest of the field. here in tonight's main event. Lights still flashing here on the iRacing.com pace truck. There is the 17 cars left on the racetrack. In fact, it could be 18. $15 to go. Bailey, Roberts, Isabel, Stoltz and Jonathan Lowe. The pace pickens up, the green flag drops and the BS will stop down into turn number 1 and 2. Bailey rolls the cushion, he's moved the wing forward once again. You've seen him tuck it in the trunk on the last start, but Roberts down low again. Bailey up on the top side. It's going to be Bailey holding on by a car length down into turn number 1 and 2. Roberts, oh boy! Look out, nearly made contact. There's your top 3 on screen. What can Joe Isabel produce here in the final 13 laps of this main event past the start-finish line? Can he get back to second? And can he challenge Bryce Bailey for the race win here tonight? But Bryce Bailey looking comfortable out in front. The bottom side starting to go away once again. Through 1 and 2, Roberts, there's very little left down there on the bottom side, but to make that car still work, Joe Isabel by far the quickest out of the top 3 on the last lap. What kind of lap times are we doing? Roberts closed in a 10th there on your race leader. Roberts now a car length pretty much between first, second and third, or first and second and then second and third. Here he goes up on the inside. Bailey continues to lead. 10 to run that time by. Kyle Stoltz coming back into the picture right now. Joe Isabel continues to work upstairs. Oh my, what a finish we are set for here at the dirt track at Charlotte. And Roberts to the inside. He had the lead momentarily. He's looking to go from last to first. Oh boy, at the line, I think Bailey just had it at the start-finish line. Bailey, all sorts of drama through turn number 1 and 2. And Chris Roberts says, thank you very much. I'm going to the number 1 spot. He is looking at now 7 laps to run to go to victory lane. Less than a heat race distance away. Stoltz now working the low side. You got 2 cars on top, 2 cars on the bottom side. Isabel, in fact, goes through the middle of turn number 3 and 4. Probably not the best place to run for the number 6 machine. There goes Bailey. Now he's bit the bullet. He's trying to go to the low side, trying to follow Roberts. Down through turn number 3 and 4. Roberts sets himself up there for the exit of turn number 4. Stoltz on the inside of Isabel now down into 3 and 4. Man, oh man, the storyline here developing here tonight in a race that was filled with cautions. But the story of the night, Chris Roberts, he finds himself 4 laps away from victory lane. But I tell you what, Joe Isabel, he is hauling right now in that number 6 machine. He has been a couple of tenths quicker than everybody else on the racetrack. And if he continues to do so, yes he does. He is closing in on your race leader with 3 to run. Oh boy, what a race we're about to have here at the finish. Oh, please no, tell me no yellow. We stayed green. Oh no, there we go. We were coming to complete Our 38th lap. But it'll finish, the lap will finish under yellow anyway, so when we go back green, we are set for a green, white, and checker. And how about these stories developing? The last 5 laps, Joe Isabel has been a 10th to 3/10 quicker than anybody else on this half a mile of a racetrack. But to top that off, Chris Roberts from position 24 to the number 1 spot. He done it with 33 laps completed. And for the last 5, he has been in the race lead. And no doubt, the nerves are at an all-time high. He's just got to calm himself. And one thing that I'd probably do right now is I'd be turning the relative off and not worrying about the guys behind me. Just focus. He's got to focus here, especially on this restart. He's got to get a good run going down into turn 1, because I'll tell you what, if Isabel is within about 2 car lengths of going into turn number 1 and 2, man oh man, are we set for an absolute UFC type of a finish. This one is going to go down to the judges. Lights still flashing there on the racing.com page. Struck there 2 to green. And with the green, white, a checker. I'll tell you what, if Roberts gets to victory lane, we're going to do that interview last, because that could be a while. Isabel, Bailey. Man, Bailey was so good on the cushion, but again, that cushion has just died off, and, well, Mr. Catfish just doing what he loves to do. Roll the bottom side, and again, right where the pace truck is, just sort of where he's rolling. If you have a look on the bottom side, it's pretty slick down there, but it's still not slick as what it is on the top side. But here we go. 2 laps left to run here in the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum 305 Sprint Car main event here at the dirt track at Charlotte. The field, they're waiting. Green flag is out, and Roberts, that could be the race-defining moment down into turn number 1 and 2. Bailey now trying to get a run on Joe Isabel. They nearly made contact down the back straightaway. Roberts down through turn number 3 and 4. Look at him, 3 deep behind him, 4th, 5th, and 6th. The white flag is out. Final lap here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Chris Roberts, the storyline is near complete. 2 more turns to go. He has done it. He has gone from worst to first. Chris Roberts with a fantastic victory here at the dirt track at Charlotte. He wins over Joe Isabel in 2nd, and Bryce Bailey comes home 3rd. Oh man, you better believe it. Kyle Stone's home in 4th. Jonathan Lowe rounds out the top 5. Trey Long, Richie Preston, Kenneth Payne, David Flick, Ryan Smith, the top 10. Then you go back. And I'll tell you what, we're going to see Chris Roberts. We're going to see if he's going to do some donuts. Yeah, there it is. We'll get the results back on screen in a moment. The 93. He is back in victory lane here at the dirt track at Charlotte. And there we go. We'll bring up our results once again. 11th goes to Tyler Grafton, Jeff Fleurer, Alex Hanna, Jason Shanebackler, Kevin Hanley, Jeremy Isabel, Brad Ferrer, John Klimworks III, Tyler Henselman, Dustin Sargent, Aaron Schaefer, Randy Shreves, Jason Giblin, and Billy Brickley. Wow. How about it, ladies and gentlemen? He has done it. Cannot wait to chat to these drivers. Our top 3. Well, let's go to 3rd place. Right now, home in 3rd place tonight. He led a great portion of these laps here in the main event, but Bryce Bailey home in position number 3. Bryce, congratulations on 3rd. Probably a bit of sweet 3rd, but in the end, still 3rd place. Nothing to hang your head about.
Yeah, I just botched it at the end. I mean, I just couldn't find a line. I lost the rhythm there and couldn't get it back, but Chris drove the wheels off it on the bottom, and I don't set things up for the bottom, especially in 305s, because it's a big momentum game, and it came in, and it's all she wrote.
Just before, I think it was about 7 or 8 to go, it looked like you sort of tucked the wing sort of in the trunk and tried a different line. Trying stuff sort of late in the race didn't really help you in the end, but you had to try something to try and keep the momentum up in this 305 class.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe if I stayed on the top and just didn't worry about it, maybe I could have just kept rhythm, but I just lost it there and couldn't find it back to save the life of me. And Chris, I mean, he drove the wheels off it, like I say, and Joe got me at the end, and I give him props. He worked all week at first set for here, and he deserved it.
All right, well, Bryce, congratulations on the third place drive here tonight here at the Dirt Track at Charlotte. We'll let you get out of it and we'll let you thank some sponsors before we let you go.
I can't thank BSN Sports enough. JR Motorsports, Joe Isabel. He makes crazy good paints. Brett Castine for all he does, and my parents for always watching, and you guys especially for the broadcast.
All right, there we go. Bryce Bailey there, home in third place. We'll chat to the driver that comes home in second place tonight. It's Joe Isabel. Joe, congratulations on this second place run, boy. What a hell of a race from start to finish. You're always with a battle there with Bryce Bailey, and then late in that race with about 10 to go, some catfish called Chris Roberts sneaks up on the inside, and you guys had a very, very good race in the 305s here at Charlotte.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. The beginning, the top was really, really good. And then all of a sudden, it started going away, but it was still pretty good. And then Chris started coming, and I was like, oh, crap, Bryce, you better try the bottom. And he went down there, and he's like, no, I don't like it. And we're on the same set. So I was like, oh, crap. And then right before that last caution came out, I went to the middle, and I was driving it in deep, sliding up right through the middle. And that was fast. And I felt like I could catch Chris, and I was catching him. And then that last caution came out, and I didn't need that. But he drove, I think, from dead last to first, which is amazing.
Yeah, we'll go to that line that you sort of found in the middle. You're sort of running mid-track, and then you were going like 3/4 of the way up on the exit of the turn. I can tell you right now, I was keeping an eye on it because I could see you catching Chris there for the race lead. You're anywhere between 1 to 3/10 quicker. What goes through your mind when that yellow comes out as you were coming to 2 to go, and knowing that, when you go back to green, it's a green-white checker? How crucial was it to try and time that restart, to try and get a run on him?
Me and Bryce both were like, we got to get this restart. We got to get this restart. And I think that we ended up actually messing each other up because we're in Discord together, and he was on the outside of me and I was on the inside. And we were hoping that we were going to get a decent jump and maybe split Chris, but he got a really good fire. And that was the end of it. I needed 5-6 laps at the end there to be able to catch him. So when that last caution came out, I knew it was basically over.
Well, you come home second spot here tonight at the Dirt Track at Charlotte, the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum 305 Sprint Car Series. Again, a good run from you in the 6J machine, so we'll let you get out of here and we'll let you celebrate a second and third with your teammates. And before we let you go, of course, sponsor shouts, all that good stuff, buddy. Who makes it happen for you?
Yeah, I got to thank UDTV, Dirty Old Bastards. I got to thank everybody that does it for them and lets us even have this league and be able to race. And I got to thank my team, Jared Motorsports, and Bryce, and I got to thank my brother Jeremy for building the setups, and anybody that I missed, everybody watching.
All right, Joe Isabel, home in second spot. And well, this driver starts dead last, position number 24. He drives to the number 1 spot. He does it doing what he loves to do best on the bottom side. 24th to first. How in the world did you pull that one off?
I honestly don't have a clue, man. That's the opening laps. I'm down there around the bottom going, man, I feel like I'm passing a lot of cars. First yellow. I only passed about 6 cars. Felt like more than that. And just every yellow kept getting closer and closer. And I was like, dude, I might have a shot at this.
In all of DOB competition, how many times have you seen people come from dead last to get a win?
Tucker at Volusia in the opening rounds of the 410s this season is the only one I can recall.
All right, now
in a 305, well, I ain't got a clue if anybody's even come close.
But I can tell you right now, the 2 people that happen to be sitting here in this booth have actually done it from dead last. Albeit I done it in a 410. I think it was one of the first 2 seasons that we raced in before I sort of switched over to the broadcasting side of things. So there you go. There is 3 people that you can find in the history so far that come to mind. But yours is a lot more impressive. In a 305, a car that is all momentum based, and man, that bottom side really came in with about sort of 10 to go. And what was going through your mind there when you got to the race lead, and then all of a sudden, the yellow comes out and you're in a green-white checker situation? How nervous were you rolling down the back straight away?
It was Brad brought out that last yellow, and us admins were all in a Discord channel together, and I went, dude, why? Why? Because I felt comfortable, but Joe was saying, he goes, man, if that yellow wouldn't have come out, I would have had you. But I was like, I needed the long runs to stay in the groove I was in, but it was also green-white checkered. If I can get a good gap on him on the restart, I might be good. And Joe creeped up on me, and once he creeped and had to check up, I went and just hit my lines, man. That was a heck of a drive. Still can't believe I did it.
Well, a very impressive drive. Again, the storyline has been a phenomenal one, from 24th up to position number 1. And as sort of mentioned during the broadcast that you've had a couple of podiums last week, and albeit Jerry Vansickle was here in the booth, and well, I guess we can say the curse has been lifted, because now you come from dead last. Maybe you don't need Jerry in here. You come from 24th up to 1st.
Yeah, tell me about, enjoyed Jerry last week, but maybe I don't need him, but still I struggle in the 360s. Didn't make that show last night, but 24th to 1st, I would have loved to hear him on the call for that, though.
Yeah, it was a very insane drive. But again, Chris, we'll wrap things up here. Congratulations on this victory here at the dirt track at Charlotte, the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum. 305 Sprint Cars. You go to victory lane dead last to 1st in a matter of what was about 35 or 36 laps when you got to the race lead, and you hold on for a final green-white checker. We'll let you get out of here, Chris, and we'll let you celebrate this great win, because by all means you deserve to celebrate this one. But before we let you go, of course, sponsors, shout-outs, all that good stuff, buddy, who makes the wheels turn on this number 93 machine.
Yeah, thanks, Wheeler. Just got to thank everybody who continually supports us. Got the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame for the 305s with Tim Sims. Tim handed out 2 fan packs tonight and a hard charger award, which I guess 24th to 1st classifies. But, so thanks to Tim for all that. Super Clean for the Quick Time Award. You got Wicked Cushion Esports, Wicked Energy Gum, Wicked Cushion, everything that they've done with us in the past. Thanks. Jay-Z iRacing Photography, for the hard charger on the 410s and taking pictures there. You, Brett, up in the booth, I wasn't intending to do that kind of a show, but put on a nice show for you tonight. And just everybody who continually comes out, supports us racing. I'm hearing a lot from drivers over the past couple of weeks that they're enjoying DOB again. That's what it's all about. People are having fun. Talking to Jeremy and Joe there, they were having a blast tonight. Everybody that tunes in and watches, I hope they enjoy the shows and all that. Enjoy it. Been having guys apply almost every single day of the week. DOB's fun again. That's what it's all about. Everybody's enjoying it and having fun, and we'll keep doing it as long as we can have fun and put on shows like this again for you.
All right, there we go. Chris Roberts home in 1st place and in victory lane tonight. And again, as you might have already heard, if you haven't, he drives from position number 24 all the way up to the number 1 spot. An emphatic drive from the driver of the number 93 machine. And again, your top 3, Chris Roberts, Joe Isabel, and Bryce Bailey. We had a couple of yellows, but we finally got there in the end. And we finally have our top 3. But again, a big thank you to, of course, the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum. Of course, a big thanks to Tim's Dirt Track Simulators. Of course, Wicked Cushion Esports as well. And, of course, don't forget those fan pack. The announcement's going to be made on the Dirty Old Bastards Facebook page. Again, a big thanks to our sponsors here at Ultimate Dirt TV. Big thanks to Wicked Cushion, Wicked Energy Gum, World of Thunder Racing League, DirtFan.com, and iRaceWraps. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, until tomorrow night, it'll be the California Lightning Sprints 360 Sprint Car Series presented by the Corey Cruiseman Sprint Car Midget Driving School. Not sure what track we're at tomorrow night. It might be Kokomo, but again, we'll have to wait and see tomorrow night. And until next time, if you haven't done so already, hit the like and follow button on our Facebook page. We close in on 10,000 followers here on Facebook. So again, we appreciate all the support here on Ultimate Dirt TV. And until next time, on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV and the management behind the scenes, and everybody that makes the wheels turn on these broadcasts, and until next time, This is Brett Wheeler signing off, saying good night, everybody.